Hi folks, Jack here. I want to talk to you about some work we're doing to develop a spectrometer. Alright, so the spectrometer requires a microcontroller, and we are working with the Texas Instruments TM4C123 microcontrollers, like the one here on this development board. We're using the TM4C development board. Alright, we want to eventually get away from using this development board, and that in order to do that we're going to have to develop some code that allows us to use the device port here for USB communications. The development board, you program and debug it through this debug port, which talks to the in-circuit debug interface, which talks to the device chip, and the device chip is capable of talking through the device port. So ideally we're going to have software that allows us to get rid of all of this top part and simplify our design. The design we're working on, I have a little figure here, is going to be something along these lines. It's going to have sockets to mount a charge coupled device like the TCD1304, and that is what we're going to use to measure our light intensity. That is going to talk to the TM4C123 microcontroller, and we're going to communicate with it through this mini USB port. Okay, so that is where we are trying to go. I want to say something a little bit about the software we're using. We are developing. We are writing our software using Code Composer Studio. We usually work with Energia, but Energia is not capable of doing everything we want to do, so we have to use the Code Composer Studio and write our stuff in C. Okay, so the software you can find at our GitHub page, Smoky Mountain Scientific. There's a folder called Wetrometer. There's a folder inside that folder called TCD1304 Control 1. And just to show you where that is, I'll just drag it up. Okay, here's the Smoky Mountain Scientific page. Inside that there's the Wetrometer folder. Down here you can see there's that one. And we can look at the various kinds of various bits of software in there. This is a little description of what this is, and like that. Okay, so I'm working right now with working to develop the communications through the device port. So I'll show you what we have. Right now we have the device communicating through the device port on COM port 10. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what we've programmed it to do. Alright, so first thing it does is it will just echo back what you type in. The second thing it has to do is to respond to a call from the user interface. So the user interface looks for the device on the COM ports by sending out a star character, and the device has to echo back with an AND character. So you put in star, it echoes back AND. The next thing it has to do is to recognize commands from the user interface. And the way this is going to work is we're going to give it the AND command, which tells it to get ready to listen for numbers, and then you input some numbers. So 0, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4, comma, and it's going to accept it's going to accept 4 numbers here, and we give it up to 6 digits. and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we need to finish with a comma as well, because it's looking for that comma to know that that the that's hurting us too. No line ending. Okay, it knows that the comma means that's the end of the number, right? So we hit the send value, send, and for some reason it didn't. It should have given us a carriage return there, but it didn't. So I'll have to look and see what that's about. Anyway, the first number was 0, the second number was 1, 2, 3, 4, third number was 1 through 6, fourth number was 1 through 6. Alright, so it looks like it just reflected that back to you, but it's actually more complex than that. What it did, it accepted a string of characters through the USB port and converted those characters into integers, right? So a 6-digit integer is the most it will accept. It converted it to integers, and then it took those integers and converted them back into strings of characters and sent those characters back to the COM port. Alright, so if you feel like you'd like to work on this project, help us out a little bit, then I gave you that the URL for the GitHub page, and you can get in there and let us know what you think. Alright, so I hope that's helpful, and we'll get this all figured out, but right now school's about to start, and I'm going to slow down my efforts on this project, and so if you'd like to work on it, be my guest. Alright? Be happy to help. Thanks a lot. Bye.